Well?
Okay. Frankly, I don't need to do so, but if it's something that they need and something I'll grab.
A little of that. You've got an eye for quality, friend.
Well?
A way to get by your army. Risking soldiers and allies. But I would like to have this ability, I would rather go back to having like I don't know, something like critical wing. I want to have my ability to dash again.
The fight starts now. Hurry, everyone! There's someone who needs
Nah,
help.
dash again.
This isn't over yet.
I beg your assistance at once. We've got a friend in trouble.
We must act now, before the worry sets in. I'm here to provide backup.
Shall we? Let.
This place won't be a problem anymore.
Out of the way. Let's start the attack.
I'll do what I can.
Haha, so we've done it.
Don't mind if I do.
Witness our valiant efforts.
We must act now.
Yeah, I'll control
before
this
the
guy.
witness-
Take this!
I think that worked.
The stronghold's out!
No.
I'll not falter. Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
Enemy down!
There's that mercenary flair.
Is that all we've got?
Out of the way! This place won't be a problem anymore. On to the next one.
Fine work indeed. I can see why His Majesty has placed his trust in you.
Right on. Out of the way.
I'll do what I can. I'm here to help.
Shall we?
And I'll defect him.
I'll provide us.
We must act now, before the worry sets in.
Got it.
Don't mind if I do. The stronghold's ours. Take this!
A single enemy, oh no. Whatever will they do?
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
We must act now. Let us see what...
Jesus Christ.
We've got a I've got
Retreat!
Stand
I'll show
down.
you no mercy!
just beginning.
That's amazing. You're even stronger than I realized.
Huh. Okay.
Seize this moment!
Can't let it end like this.
That was practically a stroll through the park.
Take a breather. A taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
Get the fuck over here. There we go. Sheesh.
That was close, but we made it through.
Bullion. Please take us with you. We'll give our lives to the Archbishop. I appreciate that offer. May we fight well together. Canada believers.
I've got nothing to worry about.
Don't I already do enough chores with you at home?
Bad luck this time. Come. It'll go quicker if you don't spend so long complaining. A fine result in spite of ourselves. Perhaps this is the power of a father-son team.
What are you even saying? Actually, never mind. Let's just get this over with.
You know, Felix, I've been thinking. Actually, never mind.
What? You can't say that and then not tell me. Come on, out with it.
Okay, it's just... Even though you never show it, I can tell you really care about Dimitri and the others. You all right there, Felix? There's no reason to get all choked up over it.
It's your fault for saying something so ridiculous.
Hey, you're the one who asked. But it's true, isn't it? I know I'm right.
And what proof do you have?
Well, for one, you move way better when you're fighting alongside them.
That's only because I've known them so long now I can predict their every move. The boar always rushes straight into enemy lines, so I have to be ready to cover him. Of course, few can survive one of his mad dashes. But I can't just leave him alone. The man doesn't give his own safety a second thought. We don't coordinate, though. I just stick around to make sure the coast is clear for him to run wild.
Huh. But when you're fighting with Ingrid, you're usually the one who ends up charging forward.
Yes, because her Pegasus is an easy target for enemy archers. It's better for me to dash ahead first and eliminate any potential threats. Not that she's incapable of dodging an arrow or two, but she loses sight of her surroundings in the heat of battle. If she advanced before I did, a cloud of arrows would be the end of her.
Uh-huh. So then why do you always get surrounded when you're fighting with Sylvain?
Because the braggart always insists on showing off. Though if nothing else, he does have the skill to fight his way out of any bind.
Sounds like that's not part of your strategy then. But you'd still never pull it off if you didn't trust each other.
It's all natural for a soldier.
You know, I'm kinda jealous. Is that how things are when you've known someone your whole life?
Don't ask me. You could reach the same conclusions about their combat tendencies in just a few battles. If you've already got a good read on me, the others shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, we're done here. Talking to you is exhausting.
Okay, bye.
Well, if it isn't our mercenary friend, I trust you've adjusted to life in the kingdom by now.
Yeah, more or less. I've been here a few times before on the job, so it's not too big a shock. But I've never lived as far north as Ferdiad. There's still a bunch I need to get used to. Stuff like the wind blowing straight through you, or how it's always so stupidly cold, even inside. Or how you can't go out after a blizzard. It snowed so much one night that I couldn't even open the door in the morning. Thought I was off to meet the goddess that day.
An amusing enough story when you tell it like that. But Fargus winters are no joke. They're harsh, unforgiving beasts. Tell me, have you grown to despise the cold?
Oh, it's miserable. Bet I'm not the only person who thinks that way either, seeing how much it snows. I honestly used to think it was some kind of beautiful magic when I was a kid. But I realize now just how rough the stuff can be.
To be frank, I'm not fond of the snow myself. Not to mention the countless lives we've lost to the bitter chill of winter. Nevertheless, this brutal tundra is the only home we have. Meaning there's nothing to do but adapt, persevere, and enjoy the lives we've built here.
Adapt? Like how the messengers ride Pegasi instead of horses during the winter?
Exactly. The sight of those majestic creatures soaring through the frost-ridden sky is one unique to Fargus. No matter how much snow blankets the ground, our Pegasi, quite literally, rise to the occasion. When my son and his majesty were still just boys, they followed one off into the frigid mountains of all places. By the time I found them, they were but two shivering masses on the ground. For a moment, I thought my heart would never beat again.
So Felix has been getting into trouble ever since he was a kid, huh?
His penchant for danger is unchanged, yes. Though I fear his disposition has grown far sharper. The hardships of becoming Duke at his age are undoubtedly weighing upon his mind.
I don't know. I don't think you need to worry about him. He can take care of himself just fine.
I mean, I had focus on not wrong. Well, he's perfectly fine.
A fair point. Perhaps it's time I let him spread his wings like the Pegasus he chased all those years ago. It seems the coming winter will bring more than just cold to Fargus. The ravages of war approach on the same wind. Training in such conditions will be a struggle indeed, but we cannot afford to ignore the looming Srang threat either. Managing our territories through it all will not be an easy task. But I have faith we will adapt, persevere, and overcome. Just as we always have.
Next winter, huh? We'll just have to do whatever it takes to make sure the war's over by then.
Yeah, well, we'll do our best. Can't guarantee it, though.
You're really eyeballing that giant stack of documents there, Ash. Let me see what you've got. Records of military drills, archives of city taxes. You know, if you're searching for a particular needle in this load of hay, I can help you out.
Oh, I'm not looking for anything specific. I just thought they'd be good to study.
You're going to study all this?
Yeah. With the academy closed, I haven't had a chance, so I thought I could give my brain a nice work. Yeah. With the academy closed, I haven't had a chance to focus on learning lately. So I thought I could give my brain a nice workout by reading old records and archives.
Shit, my bad.
Hey, good for you taking the initiative. If it weren't for all this fighting, you and me would be living the schoolboy's dream right about now.
And I'd have so many girls around me. You're not even listening to me right now, Ash. I think you've lost me by the time you said all the girls. No, fail.
Right? We could be training together, taking classes on history and magic.
And when the ethereal moon comes, we'd go dancing with all the girls at the ball.
You know what? I don't think I'm gonna too soon on that joke.
That's not quite what I had in mind.
So, are those records actually helping you?
Yeah, the ones on old military drills are especially interesting. It's fun just looking at them.
Just looking, huh? You might want to read a little deeper there. I mean, take this one for example. It talks about how the 3 northern houses held a joint exercise in 1166. And apparently they did so in the middle of a raging blizzard. It was so bad that some of their soldiers died. But they went ahead and did it anyway. Any idea why?
Drills in the snow in 1166. Oh, were they trying to prepare for a confrontation with Srang?
Nailed it. They were training for the northern conquest they carried out a few years later. In other words, they'd already decided to try and take the north by 1166. So if you look at the other drills during that time, you might be able to piece together what the late king was thinking.
Interesting. You know, another document did mention an exercise conducted in Guinevere.
Because they'd already predicted that Srang forces would cross the mountains, which meant battling in harsh desert terrain.
And that's why they were forbidden from using horses during that drill. It's amazing how you really start to see the bigger picture when you dig into details like that.
This really sounds like a two nurses geeking out over the tiny details.
And that's why keeping records is so important. Anyway, I've probably bothered you long enough.
No, wait, teach me more. I mean, if you have time.
If you really want to learn, you're better off asking an actual professor type. I'm just, you know, Sylvain.
But when a Hanneman on here, they're probably off doing some other things.
No, you're a great teacher, and I can always ask them things when we're in the capital, but they won't be around when we're on the march. I just want to learn more so I don't embarrass the other knights. Please?
No, not the puppy dog eyes. Oh, fine, I'll help. But don't expect too much.
And with all that support done, it's time for the main chapter battle. Deliverance in the Valley of Torment. Don't forget Mark, the surviving members of the Church flee for the kingdom. You must beg for Ailell and twice to cover their escape. Why do you need to watch? Whatever, blacksmith stuff, the next chapter, whatever. Small stuff.
The scouts have returned, Your Majesty. They've located the Archbishop.
Excellent. We'll ride to them at once. For now, everything is going according to plan.
We're ready to ride when you are, Dimitri. Just give the word and we'll move out. Gotta say, it's gonna feel great to fight alongside all these familiar faces again.
You're right. I always feel much stronger when my friends are around.
Our time together at the Academy might have been short, but it still puts my mind at ease to be reunited with everyone.
I could hardly believe His Majesty reached out to me of all people. But I'm really glad he did.
I'm pleased to see you all here.
I always knew this day might come. I prepared myself as best I can, but I am still a bundle of nerves.
This will be a lot different from the fighting that's been going on the past 2 years. We'll need to really have each other's backs out there.
The point of no return is finally upon us, Your Majesty. I trust you've made your peace.
I have. The blood spilled today will be a worthy sacrifice if it means keeping the people of Fargus, the people of our home, safe. If that is our cause, we have no reason to hesitate. Now move out!
Where we to the evacuation point. Where is about it? Oh, should we come straight picture? No Constance. Where the fuck is Constance?
There you are, Lady Rhea. I am relieved to find you alive and well.
King Dimitri, you have my gratitude for coming to aid us in our time of need.
I fear we have no time for niceties, though. We must make our way out of the valley and return to Kingdom territory.
Squad away to the evacuation point.
We've got a friend.
Oh, happy.
Nobody told me how sweaty I'd get here. Ugh, gross.
That general lacks motivation. We may be able to persuade her to join our cause.
Persuade. Easy.
You are not beholden to the Empire. Why don't you join us instead?
that lasted longer than I expected.
You have my word that no harm will come to you.
You've got a point. And I guess you did beat me fair and square. All right, lead away.
Recruited happy.
Your Majesty, Imperial forces are setting up a blockade at the stronghold ahead.
Hello, mages.
They cut us off. We'll be forced toward the volcanic crater.
We cannot allow them to push us down a dangerous path. We must charge forth and carve our way through.
This ridiculous charade won't stop us.
Yep. Easy.
Hey, we did it! We should be able to move forward safely now.
You have my thanks. The goddess smiles upon your gallant deeds.
They're getting away! Gotta stop them somehow!
Just going right ahead here. Yep.
Sedith and Catherine are under attack by Imperial forces.
So I find myself cornered. Perhaps I misjudged the situation.
Persistent little guys, aren't you? Cut one down and another two just spring up in their place.
They must not be allowed to fall here. Please, King Dimitri, may I ask that you lend them your aid?
She's stronger than the state of Catherine. Everybody go help them out. I'll get Catherine. We can't go that way, gotta go the other way.
We made it in time.
I appreciate the assistance. Come, lend me a hand.
Still improving.
Fine work indeed. I can see why His Majesty has placed his trust in you.
It's good to see you safe, Catherine. Please, let us join you.
Gladly. This was all too much to handle on my own anyway. It's a good thing you came along when you did. And Lady Rhea's safe too. Good. Good.
Alright, now down there.
Is Lady Rhea safe? Did she get away?
No. Seiro was covering the rear. He will never make it out.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
I shall not sacrifice his life for the sake of my own. Please, help him.
H2O.
Time to show how strong you've become.
Hey, you leave him alone. Thank you.
You've shown true valor on this day, Cyril. Lady Rhea will soon be clear of the valley thanks to you.
But he didn't do anything.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
My utmost gratitude for your efforts in rescuing Cyril. And to the goddess for her divine protection.
If not for you, I would have surely perished. And the Archbishop appears to be unharmed. You have my gratitude.
We have to help Sedith and Catherine escape.
Can't we block the lava flow with rocks or something? I'm not saying it'll be easy.
Okay.
I'll do what I can.
There's one favor units, okay.
We march. On me.
Shall we? Come with me, everyone.
But it might be the best shot we've got.
Shall we?
Other side. Misjudge that.
Come with me.
Stand down.
I got this. Too slow. I'll handle this.
I'm going.
Take a breathe.
I'll do it.
There.
Being so far so good.
We've done it. Hold fast, everyone. Our escape is only a short ways off.
This has changed.
Everyone, to arms! We fight to protect the Archbishop!
Stand down. Looks like we've got backup. I expect they'll come in handy.
Not yet!
Take a breather.
Shall we?
Hi, Petro.
You will not be passing here. I will be capturing the Archbishop. An ambush. We have no choice but to fight our way through.
I mean, yes, but also.
That's the Princess of Bridget. After everything she's been through, she might be willing to join us. Assuming we can take her alive.
Sorry, Petro.
Standing in my way will be eliminated with quickness. We must not have defeat here. For the Empire. For Bridget.
Lovely timing. Lovely timing.
This is no place for royalty to die. Not here. Not like this.
Yes. I am choosing life. I will be going with you peacefully.
We're good at Petro. Jesus Christ, how many times is this going to be distorted?
I can scarcely believe we arrived here whole and sound. You have my deepest gratitude. We cannot leave the valley until we see both Seteth and Catherine to safety.
That's what I'm trying to do, Whiffs. Give it the time.
Thanks for the help. I never would have made it out of there without you. We've got...
Jesus Christ, Seteth is having most fights here.
Accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
I'm glad you're fighting with us, not
There we go.
against us. The thought of going up against you in battle is terrifying.
I would know, especially in our timeline. We try to remember that.
My apologies for the trouble. I do not wish to consider what would have happened had you not come along.
Alright, who must fight? Yep, it's you.
If I cannot have the Archbishop, your heads will have to suffice.
Hubert, we have to defeat him, Your Majesty.
Already did.
I'm aware. Let us do so at once, and make with our retreat.
Well, I have to play this animation anyway. Sorry, guys. One more second.
You're done!
Should I have done it way too soon? I'll do New Game Plus, folks.
Fine. You may have your victory today. How will I face Her Majesty after this?
All good.
Once.
I can't wait to
Petra has joined me. And so is Happy.
Lady Rhea, Seteth, I'm relieved you both made it out unharmed. It appears we arrived just in time.
You have our utmost thanks for aiding in our retreat, Your Majesty. I can only apologize for the trouble we may have caused your outfit.
That is right.
King Dimitri, I cannot express just how grateful I am to you and all the fine people of Fargus.
The honor is mine. Your order provided me with immeasurable aid during my ascension to the throne. My citizens would have branded me a heathen had I not returned the favor.
And now it seems we are the ones who owe a debt. The Church shall provide whatever assistance it can to your efforts.
If you see it prudent, I have no objection to placing the Knights of our Order under Kingdom command.
Thank you both. While it pains me to qualify our hospitality, this kingdom is not a wealthy one, neither in goods nor provisions. I fear we may struggle to compensate your soldiers, or even to feed them.
You needn't trouble yourself with such concerns. Your generous offer of shelter will be more than enough.
Very well. We've lingered here long enough. Let us make for Ferdiad. There's much to discuss. The Church, the Kingdom, and the battles to come.
2 years ago? I never would have imagined we'd be fighting a war like this.
I'm with you there. But now that we are, you found yourself in a rather favorable situation, no?
How do you mean?
When a war breaks out, every mercenary in the land starts crawling out of the woodwork. And those associates you happen to be working with should be tough enough to take on you-know-who.
Gerald's mercenaries. Yeah, good point.
And then you can give them their just desserts or die trying.
Could have done without that last part. Thanks.
Relax, relax. You know I'm on your side. Our destinies are forever intertwined.
I need to things from beyond my control says otherwise.
In that case, let's assume Cornelia has hidden herself somewhere in the Western Territories.
If I had to guess, I'd say either Viscount Mateus or Viscount Gideon have taken her in. All the same, we can't exactly go around unseating every vassal we suspect of being disloyal.
Right. This is no simple matter, but at least we have a firmer grasp on the situation now than we did 2 years ago. Dedu, send word to House Perderi. We'll need soldiers on their land if we hope to keep the enemy at bay.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Viscount Mateus' son is here with us, while Viscount Gideon's daughter is off serving as a knight in Galatia. Under the present circumstances, we only have so many soldiers to spare on domestic matters. It seems we'll have to resort to any means necessary, in which case, I will bear the weight of the kingdom's sins. If slaughtering 100 foes means bringing salvation to 1,000 of our own, I will do it.
As you wish, Your Majesty. And if I may, try not to torment yourself so much.
Ah, how far our proud king has fallen. You sounded utterly vicious just now.
What do you want, Felix?
Oh, not much. I just thought catching a glimpse of your haggard face might put a smile on mine. I knew that playing the part of a cool-headed leader would be too much for you. But all this scheming, this calculation, doesn't suit you. Why don't you just give it a rest already?
You think too highly of me. This is who I am, Felix. I've never been anything more than a bloody demon on the path of revenge. I stand here today to lift the burdens of all who perished before me. To see that those who bear guilt for their deaths are held accountable. I will expose whoever I must. Slay whoever I must to see my task through to the end. There is no place for mercy within these walls. And if it affects the safety of my people, then that's all the more reason to strike now.
And here I thought you were finally starting to pull yourself together.
I snuffed out my uncle's life with my own 2 hands. As king and as general, I've killed countless more. I looked on as nearly everyone I held dear perished. I am the one who must take responsibility for their deaths. So rest easy, Felix. The weight of my atonement will not fall on your shoulders.
No point in trying to reason with a boar. Enough of that, though. The city seems especially spirited today. Is something going on?
Ah, yes. Lady Rhea and the others from the church are making an excursion to the capital. I suggest you join in on the festivities before you go. It does the heart good to see our people smile.
Everyone here? Well, let's get right into it. We have to figure out exactly where we stand in this war.
It's weird seeing to see with like so many people here this time around, so just like the few that we just got in like the Black Eagles. Oh, Jesus.
As you all know, the Empire has taken the Great Bridge of Myrddin. The Imperial Army now occupies what was formerly House Phlegethon territory. House Gloucester has surrendered to them as well.
Doubtless an agonizing decision on my father's part.
House Ordelia, to the east of the bridge, has also vowed not to take up arms against the Empire.
We had precious little in the way of arms in the first place. You have my deepest apologies. You don't have to apologize, Lysithea. Count Ordelia did what anyone would have done.
And now Lawrence and Lysithea can't even go back home.
That's not all. After the battle, the Imperial Army crossed Gloucester territory and attacked Garreg Mach. Rhea and the rest of the Central Church have apparently fled to the kingdom for sanctuary.
Then I suppose none of us will be able to visit our old school anytime soon.
I hope no one from the church was hurt.
Now that the monastery has fallen, the front lines are rapidly expanding north. It won't be long before Deirdre is within their reach. And if our capital falls, the Alliance goes with it. We have to stop them there, no matter the cost.
That all sounds well and good. But how large of an army will you even be able to raise at this point?
I don't think House Edmund will be able to send more troops. I'm sorry.
Which means House Goneril is the last of the 5 great lords upon whom we can rely.
I'm not so sure the combined forces of Houses Regan and Goneril will be enough to hold off the whole Empire.
We'll just have to work with what we've got. And let's not forget the hero of Daphne.
But we can't expect much from her in terms of sheer numbers. Any chance the kingdom could send troops?
I doubt they'll have any to spare. They've just started engaging the Empire themselves over in the west of Fargus. And besides, I'm not sure how much we can really trust them. I still have no idea what's going on in Dimitri's head. I might just have a plan, though. For now, all I can ask is that you fight, and fight with every last thing you've got.
You can always count on me. And my muscles.
Thanks, Raphael. That unfounded confidence of yours is like music to my ears.
We received a message from Hubert, Your Majesty. They failed to capture Archbishop Rhea. It seems she and her followers have been taken in by the Kingdom Army. They likely make for Ferdiad as we speak.
So it goes. If Hubert himself couldn't succeed in the task, there's little chance anyone else could.
There is more as well. Petra was taken by the enemy. She is apparently still alive, for better or for worse. I fear the Kingdom may try to use her to make an ally of Brigid.
Yes, it's likely she won't be coming back. And our stance towards Brigid will require some reconsideration.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Now then, we mustn't dwell on what's done. Our only choice is to look to the future. It seems an all-out war with the Kingdom is nigh unavoidable at this point. Thankfully, I expect Count Rowe to join our cause. Having a hold on Aryan Road will surely prove advantageous as the war creeps on, so we stick to the plan. Through Count Rowe, we should be able to ingratiate ourselves to the other lords of the Western Kingdom.
Urgent report, Your Majesty. An army has been mustered at Castle Gaspar in Rowe territory. Lenato, the local lord, has vowed to find and eliminate Archbishop Rhea. He's mobilizing the army northward. Count Rowe's tacit approval of these actions has surely brought his allegiance to the Empire to light.
I can only assume this wasn't part of the plan.
This is quite unfortunate.
It's just one thing after another. Dispatch any nearby units to the area at once. Any lords willing to sever ties with the Kingdom are too valuable for us to risk losing.
Azure Gleam. Skirmish in the Fog. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus grants refuge to the Central Church as they flee Garrigmach Monastery, in turn provoking the Adrestian Empire to declare war on Fargus. While Dimitri and his advisors strategize how to repel the Empire's assault, they are met with devastating news. Lenato of Castle Gaspar has raised an army against him.
As I'm sure you have all heard by now, House Rowe in the south has declared its fealty to the Empire. What's more, Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar has set out with the express intention of tracking down and murdering the Archbishop.
I had hoped we could reconcile the matter by using neighboring lords as intermediaries, but it seems Lord Lenato couldn't look past our willingness to shelter the church and has taken the matter into his own hands.
I can't believe this.
Ash, I won't stop you if you wish to return to Castle Gaspar, even now.
I appreciate the offer, truly. But I am a knight of the royal family. My place is here.
So, what are House Rowe and Lord Lenato's soldiers up to? Or the Imperial Army, for that matter?
There's been no movement from House Rowe as of yet. He likely lacks the nerve. Lord Lenato, on the other hand, has set off from Castle Gaspar and launched an attack on Geraint land. Meanwhile, a vanguard from the Imperial Army has breached Kingdom territory. It seems they're aiming to rendezvous with Lenato and join the assault.
Wait, but if they're just a vanguard, doesn't that mean a larger force is going to come after them? We'll never stand a chance if they manage to meet up and form one massive army.
House Galatea is sending reinforcements to fend them off. But our enemy deployed alarmingly fast. I only hope the House Geraint soldiers can repel Lord Lenato and his men long enough.
In any case, we can't just sit here on our hands. They need help, and fast. Let's ride.
You're right, and I'll be coming with you.
The risk is too great, Your Majesty. You should stay here in the capital.
We've already been over this to do. My leadership is needed on the front lines. We'll march west from Karen territory to intercept and crush Lenato and the Empire's forces. From there, we'll mount an attack on Aryan Road. The Row army will be cut off from the Imperial reinforcements and fall by our hand. Finally, we'll seize control of Aryan Road and the entire Western Front along with it.
I'm asked a distant relative of the royal family, Duke Ivan, to keep watch over the capital in case of an emergency. Gustav will be staying behind as well. So as long as nothing too extreme happens, we shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Sounds like a plan. Most of the big fights are gonna be around Aryan Road, if I had to guess.
No matter what, we need to hurry. We'll be done for if we don't drive them off soon.
Agreed. And my apologies. We always seem to deploy with such haste lately.
It's nothing. It's not like it's your fault or anything. Sure, you're the king and we're your subjects now. But we're your friends before that. We'll do whatever you need of us.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing before we go. I received word from the church the other day. Seteth and his sister Flane will be joining us from here on out, leading a company comprised of Knights of Seiros.
Seteth, huh? I'm not the kind of girl to turn down a helping hand, but I can't help but wonder why.
I haven't had the chance to discuss it with him yet. Perhaps you can ask him yourself if the opportunity arises.
Time to make our way to Aryan Road, to the impregnable fortress. Vroom vroom. Seven's not playable. Flame's not playable.
Do you have a
Forgive me,
moment?
but do you have a moment? For your stuff.
How are you?
Moving forward, I expect the army will continue to advance as we establish bases such as this one. Whenever a large number of people live together for a certain time, various problems are bound to occur.
I wonder.
You may be inconvenienced as well. Please inform me right away if anything comes up.
Right on.
Got it, thanks. Let you know straight away.
I implore
Please do. As the strongest leader, my aim is to respond as best as I can to any potential concerns. The Kingdom Army is a coalition of soldiers from our various lords. We are a congregation of births and ideologies.
Troubling indeed.
Though I hope everyone will understand in the compromise that appears, I suspect that would not always be the case.
Speaking of
As the
which,
new facilities established in preparation for the coming battle, I am most certain they will be of great use to you. I bid you to take a look while we have the time. And I'll just do all that next time.
Incidentally,
This will be your first time in Magdred. I hear a dense fog blankets the land there. I wonder if you'll be able to manage.
Huh?
What do you mean? Don't try to hide it. We both know you can be directionally challenged sometimes.
how
Just spare me the grief of
tiresome.
having to watch you accidentally wander into enemy encampments. I'll try not to. Next time on Let's Play Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes, we're gonna go and do all the facility stuff, and then we'll just prepare for the next chapter. See you guys then.